Hello and welcome everybody to today's very special webinar. Just a very quick check-in. Everybody can hear me okay, and you can also see the presentation as well. Yep, fantastic. Okay, great. So welcome everybody to today's session, How to Trade Cryptocurrencies, presented by myself, Phil Carr, at the Gold and Silver Club. During today's session, we'll go through an introduction to cryptocurrencies. We'll provide you with trade setups that we're looking at for June 2018 and beyond. We'll go through live market analysis and, of course, answering any questions as well during the course of today's session. So before we get into it, let me introduce you to the Gold and Silver Club. The Gold and Silver Club is regarded as the go-to authority on commodities trading, as internationally respected experts. Our analysis and our opinions on the metals, energy, the cryptocurrencies, they're routinely sought by major financial television channels and publications, which include Bloomberg, Reuters, CNBC, the Financial Times, the Wall Street Journal. Our team of experts has trained and mentored thousands of traders from all over the world to invest in the financial markets with confidence using our exclusive strategies. So for further information on the Gold and Silver Club and our expertise, please do visit www.thegoldandsilverclub.com. So we'll go through the top cryptocurrencies that you should know about at the moment. Just as a reminder as well, cryptocurrencies, they're not available to European residents for the time being, but they're available to you via MT5 on binary.com for all clients outside of Europe. So number one, the main cryptocurrency, of course, that you need to know about, the original cryptocurrency and the one that started it all is Bitcoin. Was created and released in 2009 by Satoshi Nakamoto, an anonymous figure. Bitcoin has the biggest market cap to date of around 284 billion, overshadowing all the other cryptocurrencies in that list combined. The performance of Bitcoin over last year, which of course created all the hype, was over a 2,000% surge in 2017. Bitcoin prices closed 2017 at their all-time highs of 14,000, the highest close in any year. And they broke out, of course, from $1,000 at the beginning of January all the way to the peak of $20,000 over the course of 2017. So what do you need to know about Bitcoin? Well, Bitcoin today, in fact, at the moment, is trading just under $7,000 right now. What you need to look at is, if you put things into perspective with respect to Bitcoin, you go back 7.5 years ago, Bitcoin was trading at 6 cents, okay? 7 years ago, it was trading at 70 cents. 6 years ago at $4.90. 5 years ago at $93. 3 years ago at $243. 2 years ago at $417, a year ago at $1,020, and of course, at the moment is trading around $6,500. So although we've had a correction over the last 6 months, you have to bear in mind where Bitcoin has come and the fact that it is within an upward trajectory, and year on year we've seen growth here for Bitcoin, significant growth as well. And it's just worth bearing in mind when we're going through these market corrections. One point I want you to bear in mind at the moment is seasonals with respect to cryptocurrency. So if you have a look at the time of year where we're poised at the moment, typical monthly return over the month of June, you're looking at approximately about a median of 12.7% in terms of the average return on Bitcoin over the month of June. Historically, actually, over the last 4 years, there hasn't been a negative month for June. Really, the major months you need to pay a lot of attention to are the end of the year. The average return on Bitcoin over the month of October has been approximately 21%, over November 23%, and over December 16%. And that's really what you want to get ready for at the moment. It's a case of really sowing the seeds in the summer to be able to reap your rewards or reap your profits later on in the year from a cyclical point of view. There is never any guarantee with anything, but you look at as much data as possible to give you an edge in the market, and historical data suggests that it's normally the end of the year. It's the winter in the Northern Hemisphere, where you've got a lot more traders in the USA and Europe and so forth who are at home, probably in front of their trading screens more so than in the summer when you've got more holidays and so forth, where you tend to see bigger upside on cryptos. One of the biggest news items that we've seen on cryptocurrencies in the last few days has been the news that we've seen another hack. So Bitcoin tumbled after an exchange was hijacked on Sunday and hacked essentially. Over 40 million of cryptocurrencies stolen. That was with CoinRail, and we saw a cyber intrusion which caused this very quick sell-off. When you trade cryptocurrencies, you still need to be aware that it is a very young market. So with the sense that we haven't matured with market capitalization, which we're seeing with FX markets, bonds, stocks, and gold, for example, are very mature markets. We've still got a very immature market, if you like, with respect to the cryptocurrencies, which are growing. Every single week we're seeing the overall technology foundations grow, and these pullbacks can be seen as good opportunities if you don't have exposure to cryptos to look into trading those. And of course, if you trade it on binary MT5, you don't need to worry about the potential to be hacked, essentially, because you're trading it on a platform where your funds are secure, and that's the benefit of trading it on binary MT5. Some positive developments within the crypto space has been the new proposal aimed at bringing the Bitcoin ETF to market. The buy-in is 270,000 as a minimum. That could really set the foundation for a big base here between now and the end of the year on the launch of the ETF. Certainly the launch of the ETF with commodities, especially the gold and silver market, provided a lot of upside after ETFs were launched in those markets, and we could see something very similar happen once this actually goes live with Bitcoin. Bear in mind too, one of the biggest exchanges out there at the moment, Binance, they are looking to allow customers to convert digital tokens into currencies such as euro, which would again be a huge development within the cryptocurrency space, because Binance is such a big exchange and very fast transactions. If they enable euro transactions, you could again see a lot more capital come into certainly Binance and the cryptocurrency market. And there's certainly no lack of financial institutions, venture funding, still moving into blockchain technology. It's the highest it's ever been this year, 67% growth increase on last year. And 1 in 10 banks is now invested in the cryptocurrency blockchain technology, with initiatives have doubled over the last year. So there's a lot of institutional investment still going into the crypto market. What do you need to consider at the moment? Well, we're right back at the February lows right now. And after we bottomed out the February lows, these are the sort of gains that we saw over the month of February. Bitcoin rose over 60%, Ethereum up over 60%, Ripple almost doubled, it was up 90% off the lows, Bitcoin Cash up over 75%, Litecoin up over 112% off the lows, Cardano up over 49%, Stellar up over 69%, Neo bounced back over 86%, EOS over 69%, IOTA over 70%, and literally we're right back there now. We're right at these lows again. We pull back after this exchange hack over the weekend. So cryptos, the overall sentiment has come all the way back to the lows of the year, but potentially it could be a really great opportunity to accumulate if you don't have the sort of exposure that you wanted to have for possibly a big move later on in the year. So Ethereum, what do you need to know about the number 2 in terms of market capitalization within the cryptocurrencies? Ethereum is a cryptocurrency which is known as Ether, if you like, which is utilized as a decentralized platform that can execute peer-to-peer smart contracts. As of September 2016, Ethereum was split into 2, Ethereum and Ethereum Classic. And essentially, Ethereum's performance over the last year saw it climb 5,900% in 2017. So we've seen some huge growth there in Ethereum. Ripple, number 3 in terms of market cap, is a real-time currency exchange settlement system and remittance network. The cryptocurrency is called Ripples, released in 2012, and with a current market cap of 18 billion, the Ripple system has been successfully integrated into a number of major banks and payment systems to reduce costs for faster transactions. Last year, Ripple prices increased by 7,000%, third most valuable cryptocurrency behind Ethereum and Bitcoin. And number 4 is Litecoin. Litecoin was released in October of 2011 by former Google employee Charles Lee as an alternative to Bitcoin. Litecoin is similar to Bitcoin. It can be mined, used as currency, and transacted for goods and services. Performance in 2017 saw Litecoin rise significantly, the 5th largest cryptocurrency and rival to Bitcoin as well. So those are some of the top 5 that you really need to be aware of at the moment. Now, after a much needed healthy correction in Q1 and Q2, cryptocurrency prices, they're reset, they're right back at the lows of the year, and potentially now is a really good time to look at accumulating a position, getting some exposure. I mean, certainly MT5 on binary is a great way to do that. There are 4 stages of adoption in a market cycle, and it's very important to know where we are at the moment. You've got innovator stage, early adoption phase, late majority, and the laggards. So where are we right now within this cycle? Okay, we're still right in the innovator stage, moving into early adoption phase. So the reason that we're not in the early majority or the late majority is if you think about it from just a very user case point of view, are you paying for things in cryptos right now? Are you going to the shop and buying transactions, buying your coffee? Are you going shopping and paying for items with Litecoin or Bitcoin? Very likely you're not doing that. We're still at the very early stages, innovator to early adoption. Most of the cryptos within the top 100 market capitalization, the technology is there, the innovation's there, but nobody's really using them yet, not in a grand scale, nothing like you would see with the use that we get within the FX markets, for example. So we're not really at that stage where we've seen the majority come into the market. We're still moving from innovation to early adoption. We're still really at the beginning of this curve right now, where there's a lot of potential upside as the market matures. The market capitalization is still around 300 billion. Compare that to gold. Gold market cap is 7 trillion. The stock market capitalization is 70 trillion. Bonds are 100 trillion. So we've got a long way to go until this market does mature. At the same time, last year there was a lot of hype around cryptocurrencies. A lot of traders and investors got FOMO, the fear of missing out. They bought right in at the highs, and they've spent essentially 6 months of misery holding on to cryptocurrencies, which have just continued to correct, unless they were selling short at the beginning of the year and capitalizing on the price going down, which you can do on binary.com. Otherwise, you've suffered with the cryptocurrency correction over the last 6 months. But now, potentially, is a fantastic buying opportunity as we're at some major levels here, right back at the 2018 lows, where you could scoop in and get some really bargain prices here with some of the cryptos, which will be successful in the coming months. So this is what you want to look out for. From a technical point of view, we're looking for a V-shaped reversal bottom in order to look for a breakout move, and this often signals a trend reversal on the cryptocurrency markets. This is what we look out for before we go long from a technical point of view, before we look to buy and get additional exposure into cryptocurrencies. So with that, let's get into it. Let's move over to our favorite cryptocurrency setups and what we're looking at the moment. So I'm going to bring you over to my charts. So you should be able to see those very shortly. I'll just try and reduce any items I've got open at the moment so you're not impacted by sound at all. And yeah, Sharice, I just need you to confirm you can see my screen's okay when I do this. Okay, can you see my screen okay, and can you hear me okay? Yeah, fantastic. Thanks, Sharice. Okay, great. So let's have a look then. Let's have a look first of all at Bitcoin. Again, Bitcoin from a technical point of view, is this a triple bottom? This is to be decided really over the course of the next few days here. We've come all the way right back down to the lower end of this channel. We're sitting around the monthly pivot. From a technical point of view, we're at the Bollinger Bands and the Keltner channels at the moment, where we're getting a bit of support. And again, what I'm looking for is a potential for a V-shaped reversal pattern as we go into the weekend here and a reversal. It's not time to buy yet from a technical point of view yet. We need to see a little bit more momentum here, break above the neckline, and then we could say, okay, the bottom is in for Bitcoin. Right now, you're potentially catching a falling knife. But if we hold above $6,000 and Bitcoin bounces from here, it could potentially be a really good buying opportunity in order to take the price back much higher as we go with a seasonal move between now and the end of the year. The big question is, when is the bottom going to get in with this recent correction? Again, Ethereum, I see the same potential price structure forming on Ethereum. So from a technical point of view, looking for a V-shaped reversal recovery. Okay, so we've got the 3 black crows down, and then what I look for is a 3 white soldier recovery. Just from a very technical point of view, those are what I'd look for in terms of chart structure. I'm looking for this reversal. So I'm looking for a bounce at the weekly pivot, lower Keltner channels, Bollinger Bands, and then a reversal. Okay, so we're kind of at a major level, $450 for Ethereum. From a cyclical point of view, typically we get the cycle where we get support into cryptocurrencies. It normally occurs at the end of the week, from a Friday through to a Saturday. Normally weekends are bullish, providing there's no hacks on major exchanges. Normally you get that bounce on a weekend over a Friday, and a Saturday is normally the peak of a move into a potential recovery. So we're right at some key levels at the moment. Litecoin below $100, I don't think it will last long below that level, but again, I don't have technical confirmation to go in for a fresh buy at the moment, but I could see you've got the left side of a V-shaped reversal, and then if we can claim it back above, if the price closes back above $100, we should be set for another reversal, and then we could see the potential to really start building up momentum here. So Litecoin below $100, for me, that's a pretty good entry price around the lower end of the monthly pivot. Bollinger Bands, Keltner channels bouncing at that zone. I could see the potential for a bounce off this level. And then, of course, if we move over to Ripple as well, Ripple is almost back at the 2018 swing lows, not quite. It is also something I want you to bear in mind. Most of the physical exchanges, if you look at Binance or if you look at some of the other major exchanges, they're basic in terms of technicals, which is why you want to look at something like MT5, where you can get more in-depth use of your technical analysis, marry that up with fundamental analysis as well, what's happening in the markets. One point to bear in mind is most technicals, for example, on Binance, they've got very simplistic levels, and a lot of traders are using Bollinger Bands. So with cryptocurrency, you use the amount of times the price bounces off a Bollinger Band, which I've got here in green, is very high probability. You get that happen a lot, and we're right at the lower end of that zone at the moment. Ripple, I think, more likely will hold, at least around the swing lows here. I don't see Ripple getting much below 40 cents. You never know. Nothing's ever guaranteed. I suspect this might actually be the low around 50 cents at the moment, but Ripple, I could see the potential to bounce and then reverse and recover here. And again, if you are new to trading cryptos and you come into this market fresh, you might want to certainly consider some of the potential setups that might occur between now and the remainder of June as we go into July, because they're trading relative to all-time highs. You've got some major discounts at the moment. Again, if we have a look at Bitcoin Cash, we're back below $1,000. We're around $800 at the moment. We're right back a major layer of support, although it's another potentially higher swing low as well. We're not quite all the way down at the 2018 lows. And if you just marry this up with some channels, you can see we've actually got a higher swing low on the chart. So it could actually just end up bouncing. Again, Bollingers, Keltners, weekly pivot. It's quite a technical market from that point of view. Outside of any major hacks on exchanges, I would expect this level to give some support to the price. So again, for everybody trading binary at the moment on MT5, this is available to you for trading cryptocurrencies. If you reside outside of Europe, you can trade the cryptocurrencies on the binary platform, and you can execute positions, sell short, or you can buy. And it's definitely a great time to look at this right now. So overall, we're seeing right now within the crypto space a lot of corrections back to major accumulation zones, and potentially if we hold at these levels, there might be some really good opportunities. But bear in mind, we don't have the buy signal yet. So again, what I'm looking for on the charts in order to confirm that is a V-shaped reversal pattern. This is what I need to see: V-shaped reversal and then breaking above the neckline, giving rise to a breakout and a more significant move to the upside as well. So that's what I would look out for, a breakout above that neckline, and then I'd look for follow through. That's where I would look to re-establish long positions. And I would look at that certainly within the next few days here. It's a great time to look at potentially adding position to your favorite cryptocurrency coins, but as always, trade with correct risk management and within your strategy as well. If you'd like to know exactly the trades that we're taking at the Gold and Silver Club, entry, exit, our take profit levels, get exact training and get access to our custom built market data and news trading platform as well, which has a cryptocurrency news trading feed. You get a live news feed, which is one of the first of its kind out there. You've got very few actual platforms which are providing a news feed specifically for cryptocurrencies. If you want access to that and invitations to our live trading rooms during the week with interactive Q&A, real-time alerts on cryptos and commodities as well, delivered instantly by email and SMS, our weekly trading plan with technical analysis and fundamental research, and access to our private Members Academy website with access to a range of training videos, strategies, signals, and discussion boards, and VIP phone and email support and platform setup and configuration with all of your customized charts and indicators. All you need to do is go to www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com. That is the link to make an application to join us. If you'd like to find out more about strategies or exit points or exit levels on the cryptos and other markets that we trade at the Gold and Silver Club as well, make sure you also sign up for tomorrow's Commodities Corner. We've got a lot to cover after the FOMC statement and ECB. I've kept today's session specific to cryptos, but don't miss us for tomorrow's session. We've got a lot to cover, and oil as well. Next Friday is the OPEC meeting, okay? So, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's session. That's provided some value to you. I wish you all good trading, and feel free, of course, to make an application to join us at the Gold and Silver Club. And thanks again to Sharif and the team at Binary for putting on today's session. So with that, I wish you all a fantastic day, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys. All the best, and good trading.